Would you like to start off by telling me who is Mandisa and how she got into the industry and where she is now?
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I am Mandisa Magwaxaza. I am from Becha in the Eastern Cape. I fell into the tourism and hospitality industry in my teens, as a lot of us do, working part-time in restaurants, at game reserves in the Eastern Cape. And I really fell in love with it, especially the hospitality bug. Luxury hospitality has been my forte. I've worked in reception, reservations, and worked my way up to sales, marketing, and digital content creation. Today, I run my own consulting agency, and we specialize in content creation, particularly writing for digital platforms, as well as public relations and CSR management.
Amazing, short and sweet. I love it. Very good compilation. My next question, Mandisa, would be tell us who you nominated for Lifting Others and why you felt compelled to nominate him.
Oh my goodness, Rob Hetem. He is my guardian angel. I met Rob, I think it's 2 years ago now. So I'm also, something I forgot to mention, the chapter chair of SATSA in the Eastern Cape. And I first met David Frost, who's the CEO of SATSA, in 2017 when a conference was held here in Gqeberha, and the topic was transformation. And at that time, SATSA was embarking on a journey to really implement transformation, to start evolving the representation of SATSA as well as its reach. And upon meeting David, unbeknownst to me, he identified potential in me and identified me as one of the young Black minds in tourism that had potential and could be coached to serve on the board. And this happened. And through that process, I met Rob, who is the vice chairman of SATSA. And sure, Rob has gone above and beyond to make sure that I succeed. He coaches me every week. Whenever I'm, I feel stuck, I know that I can go to him. He has a wealth of experience and just a heart for giving back, but not just giving back in terms of handouts. He's the type of guy that has worked with a lot of tourism businesses, SMMEs, from the Hidden Gems program with South African tourism, in his own business, which is transformation through tourism. So he really is a champion for transformation, and he lives it. And I have been a beneficiary of that through the work that he's done with me within SATSA to help me navigate just governance, corporate governance and managing and leading in the Eastern Cape. And that is why I nominated him.
Perfect, Mandisa. Thank you so much. My last question would be, knowing that you are a growing individual, a growing, aspiring Black young woman in the industry, what do you foresee for yourself in the future?
Right now in the Eastern Cape, we're doing a lot of transformation work, actually. And it's not, we work within 3 pillars, which is access, inclusivity, and diversity, giving access to people that haven't had and have not known about how tourism works and how they can actually benefit from tourism, including those that have been, kept out or not kept out, but not been able to access the main value chain and not been included, and diversifying SATSA's reach as well as representation, which we hope will influence the rest of the tourism industry. And I think that is definitely where my future is, especially with the projects that we're doing right now with ownership transformation. I want to consult more. I've always been involved in CSR and developing township tourism, and going forward, I think I really have a place in consulting to bridge the gap between, the tourism industry as it is, where it can go, and how we can actually include and diversify and give access in a sustainable way, not just a blackwashing tick box thing, but a sustainable way that actually transfers skills, actually grows the tourism industry and grows the pie for everybody. And that's where my place is in the future, certainly.
Hi, Robert. Thank you so much for joining me today on this interview. First, let's start with who is Robert and how did you come about in the tourism industry?
Hi, Danielle. Thanks very much for reaching out today. Yeah, I don't know if we've got all the time to talk about the full journey because I've been on the planet for quite some time. No, seriously, it was right back in the 80s. A young lady that I met and was quite enamored with happened to be in the tourism industry. And she worked at Gold Reef City with a number of the leaders of our community now in the tourism industry, the Martin Viests and a whole bunch of other people that came through that very same channel. And I was an outsider because I worked in the corporate world, and but I just loved the kind of fun and environment that they were in. But I had a corporate job which I stuck with. Then around about 1999 actually. That was 9 years after I married that young lady that I was very impressed with. She was leaving the place she was working at and going to start a tour operating company. And so we started a business back in 99, and that was it. I got sucked into the tourism industry. In 2000, I was invited to go overseas to visit a new market, and the rest, as they say, is history. So yeah, that's a short version of how I got into the industry. But you'll notice it's twice as long as I was in any of the other industries, and it doesn't look like I'm going anywhere quickly either. So yeah, I'm here.
Very perfectly said version of a very long story. Robert, tell me, you've been nominated by Mandiswa, and what kind of relationship did you guys have in the industry? How did you guys work together? And why do you think she was compelled to nominate you?
Well, firstly, I need to express my sincere gratitude for the honor of the nomination. It's not something that I expected. It's just one of the things that I do, and so I'm really grateful to Mandisa for taking the time to put her hand up for me and put my name on a list. So yeah, it's great to know that I have made an impact enough for her to mention it. Mandisa and I, we probably haven't known each other for a very long time, maybe just over a year now, as co-board members of SATSA. And I can't even remember what the date was, but I heard that Mandisa was potentially looking to get onto the chapter committee of the Eastern Cape, and realizing how difficult it is often to get an understanding of an organization, and because it's such an important job, and she was a really awesome young Black woman, I reached out to her and said, hey, Mandisa, I am more than happy to mentor you or to support you in any way that I can. I have worked with the chapter and I'd really like to assist you. And that's how we started our relationship. Kicked off with a few informal discussions, and then we went into a coaching program together, and we've worked sort of side by side since then on a number of really awesome projects. And Mandisa does some really great work. She's a part of our AID, Access, Inclusivity and Diversity Board Subcommittee. And yeah, so I think it was, one of the other things is she's also an author, and she reached out to me and said, look, she's looking for some good stories to use and to chat to some people in the industry. Can I help her? And I put her in touch with some of the people that I've worked with through the Hidden Gems project, and some of the young Black business people that I thought had really, really done so much great work in their own spaces. And then, yeah, she connected with them and wrote her story, published. And yeah, I think it's possibly because of that she realized some of the work that has been going on behind the scenes. And I'm guessing that's why she decided to nominate me. It's a great thing. Yeah, I think there's a lot of deserving people, and if this can encourage other people to reach out and give people a hand up, to help people have a space at the table where they can lift their voices, then I'll be very pleased with that as a result.
Thank you so much, Rob. My last question would be, knowing that you have helped so many people on their journey, perhaps not even all in tourism, it's probably in other sectors and industries as well. Are there any specific initiatives or organizations, I would say, that you would love to get involved in to uplift those people and help them like you've helped Mandisa and many other people?
Oh, now you're into my space. Yes, is absolutely. Wow, where do I start? You think the introduction to how did I get into tourism is a long story. Okay, no, I'll try and contain myself for this one. Yeah, there are a huge number of projects, and a lot of these projects are ongoing. So I do a lot of coaching, a lot of pro bono coaching, working with small businesses in the tourism space, because that's a space that I have a lot of knowledge and I have a lot of contacts and connections. But I'm also very, very blessed to be able to work with women in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and maths, an organization in Toronto, Canada, that works with women in STEM, coaching and mentoring. And I'd really love to bring a program here to South Africa that mirrors what they're doing in Canada. I think there's so many things that we can do with our youth and with women, and those are the kind of projects that really excite me. So we've got a new AID committee. So there's a lot of work and a lot of ad hoc projects to be done there. We've got some really exciting proof of concept projects going on in the Eastern Cape now that Mandisa is heading up. But I'd like to spend more time on projects and looking for projects and mentorship and coaching with young women in our communities, because I think they're the people that can have the greatest impact on the youth and shape the future in the most positive way. So yeah, those are the kind of projects I'm looking for. So it'll be the AID, it'll be WSTEM. Yeah, I think that's pretty much enough for now. That's nearly a full-time job on its own.
It definitely sounds like a full-time job, and as I can see, you're enjoying every single moment of it.
I love it. I think one of the most wonderful things is to be able to share, my knowledge and enthusiasm with young people, and watch them going on to do such wonderful things because of who they are. And just often the times it's just about helping someone with the confidence to believe that they can do it, or making a handshake between them and someone that they haven't been able to connect with, just holding some space for them and helping them to understand or unpack the things that they're going through, and to understand that what they're experiencing is not unique, and that they can just apply themselves. And yeah, it's amazing what has come out of those kind of relationships, and how much using a pay it forward mentality works, because every person that I work with has a commitment to work with other people as well. So there's an exponentiality to it. So yeah, that's kind of my thing. And my shout out to anybody would be, let's just reach out. Let's start those conversations. There are so many mentors, there's so many people with excellent skills in South Africa, and we've got a requirement to share those skills and to create those relationships so that we can build our economy, whether it's in tourism or industry. And I'd just love to be a part of that. That's what makes me get up in the morning.